The Wharf is a DC landmark in the southwest quadrant of the city. The southwest waterfront neighborhood has residential housing and office buildings, but it's the Wharf that stands out. The Wharf's not traditionally a tourist destination, but this old fish market has been the main draw to this neighborhood by all DC residents for fresh seafood. The 4 blocks carved out for the Wharf not only highlight the docks and the marinas, but has been recently in a state of renewal ever since 2017. The area has expanded with more housing, businesses, eateries, and hotels. I went to the Wharf on that evening for the boat show of lights. But while waiting for the sun to go down, I walked around, enjoying the sights and sounds of the holiday. And then I realized that across the water was Haynes Point. Haynes Point is a picnic area that my family has been to hundreds of times when I was a kid. Just like most Washingtonians on any weekend. I walked from one end of the wharf to the other end, looking at all the changes that was made since the last time I was down here. And I was wondering, what is it like to live down here? Well, there is a train station nearby and an ice skating rink, and bars, restaurants, condominiums, and apartments for rent. If we go back in history to look at the area, by 1945, the Southwest waterfront was a target of urban renewal, and the federal government acquired the property through eminent domain. The federal government removed 23,000 residents, primarily African American, and demolished majority of the buildings. It was redeveloped into housing complexes and federal office buildings. It also includes Highway I-395, which runs between the waterfront and the National Mall. For now, the Wharf has 2 apartment buildings and 2 condo buildings completed with residents living there. There are more buildings being built currently, but here's the 525 Water condo building with one example of a condo that's been sold for $505,000 for a 1-bedroom and 1 bath. And here's another condo for sale of $439,000. The Ameris building is still being built with a possible completion date in 2022. These luxury condos will range from 1 to 4 bedrooms and will have penthouses with open concept floor plans, and some will be split level. The Ameris will be a 12-story building with 96 condos on the waterfront. Moving further down the Wharf, there's the Anthem Theater, a music venue and auditorium that opened on October 12, 2017. And on top of the Anthem is the Channel apartment building at the District Wharf. The building has 501 apartments with 153 apartments set aside as affordable housing. The Channel apartment building lists its amenities as a rooftop green space, fitness area, affinity pool, library, open lobby, and party room, with its apartments for rent starting with a studio with bath. Starting rental price is $1,784 up to $2,125 for 1-bedroom, 1 bath. Rentals start at $2,603 up to $2,928 for a 2-bedroom, 2 bath, and some with den. $3,010 up to $4,320. There were 59 Google reviews for this apartment building, but I'll read a few. This review was left by a resident and gives a 1-star rating called "Ditch the Channel." Others have said it well. Bizzuto sucks. The amenities are extremely time dependent. Do not leave personal items in the party room, as staff will throw away all your stuff and point to an obscure sign saying they have the authority to do so. Happened to my friend. And you can just finish reading the rest of the review on your own. Thanks. And here's a 2.5-star review from a resident saying, "Building is poorly maintained and service is disappointing. My AC stops working almost weekly." And you can read the rest on your own. And here's a 5-star review by an anonymous resident saying, "I lived at the channel for 2 years and am already missing it dearly. I sadly had to move out to save money and part ways with a roommate, but nothing will ever replace it." And you can read the rest of this very long review. I wanted to briefly show you another condo building that is smack in the middle of the Wharf. It's called the VO, and here's the luxury condo that's for sale for $3,275,000, and that's for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Some amenities to this building is a private key elevator, floor-to-ceiling windows, and private balconies. And here I'm going to show you the listing for this condo so that you can finish reading it on your own. The Banks is a luxury apartment building with 1 and 2 bedrooms for rent, and here's some examples. Here's a few apartments that's available right now, ranging from $2,700 a month to $2,869 a month. And then there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath available for rent in 2 weeks for $3,491 a month. Hanging out at the Wharf is very enjoyable. Just looking at the new restaurants and bars, people watching while walking up and down the pier, and imagining living in one of the buildings looking out over the water every day. Tell me in the comments, can you imagine yourself living at the Wharf? Okay, continuing on with the tour. I'm headed down further to the end of the pier where the fishing boats are. So let's work our way past the new restaurants, bars, and the very large crowds where people are also bringing dogs along with their children. And by the way, according to Wikipedia, DC's Municipal Fish Market is the longest continually operating fish market in the United States. And I wanted to show you this art installation of seashells. This wasn't here when I was a kid, and I don't know how long it's been here, but it's cute. And now let me show you the traffic flow in front of the Wharf. The street that runs right in front of the Wharf is Main Avenue. It's named after the state of Maine, and this short street starts downtown at the National Mall and runs along the entire length of the Wharf. Then it turns into M Street Southwest. Main Avenue has traffic that flows in 2 directions, and at 5:30 p.m. this heavy traffic is considered normal most of the day. And now that the parking lot for the Wharf is now smaller because businesses have been added, how much is it to park at the Wharf? Well, if you're only shopping at the fish market, you get a discount and you only pay $2 with a paid receipt from one of the fishing boats, and your stay was an hour or less. I did find one of the garages with its fees posted on a wall. $5 for 30 minutes, $10 for an hour, $25 for 3 hours, and $45 for the day. And across the street at the Arena Stage Theater is $17. I came down to the Wharf for the boat show of lights, and I had to wait until dark before the boat show started. It was lots of live music, lots of food, and plenty of people. I wish to tell everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year's, and Happy Holiday. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is Dickie D in DC, and I will see you in the next video.